The Republican budget bill, in whatever its final form is, going to be, perhaps, I'm technically on vacation right now and this was recorded a week ago. Maybe it's already passed, but it doesn't matter because eventually some form of it will pass if it has not already. And it is going to include the massive cuts to the social safety net programs, to food stamps, to Medicaid, to climate programs, Pell Grants, everything. That will become a reality, no matter what. The final form will have some cruelty built into it because that's all Republicans know how to do. And that leads me to another question. This one comes from KyleMan10 on Instagram, who asked, if the Republicans manage to pass their horrendous bill, is there anything the Democrats can do to reverse the damage if they win in next year's midterms? The obvious answer to that is absolutely. Because budget bills are every single year. I know it's been weird the last few years with Republicans in control after the 2022 midterms because they never passed a real budget. They just kind of limped along, led us into almost 7 different government shutdowns because they couldn't pass a real bill. But once the Democrats get back in charge and the adults are in the room, they're going to have to do it every year. So they will immediately basically be given the opportunity to undo this damage with a new budget bill that includes funding for the programs Republicans have cut. Problem is, budget bills got to be approved by the President of the United States. And after next year's midterms, the President of the United States is still, unfortunately, going to be Donald Trump. Or maybe JD Vance, depending. We don't know what's going to happen with anybody's health, but it's going to be a horrible human being, we know that for a fact, who will not sign off on a Democratic budget that restores funding for the programs that Republicans cut. So can the Democrats do something about it? Yes, they can. They can pass that budget bill, which will then go to the president and be vetoed. So unless the Democrats have 2/3 of the body in the legislature willing to override the presidential veto, then no, they can't do anything. So it's weird because we're in a situation where the answer to your question is both yes and no. In theory, can they do something? Yes. In practice, can they? Probably not. But not being able to do the thing that they try to do also plays well with the voters. It doesn't help anybody at the moment, but it could help the Democrats, right? It gives them a way to go to the public and say, listen, we had this bill. This bill included all this funding to bring back the good things Republicans killed, and then Republicans killed it again. We're trying to help you. They're literally voting to screw you over every time. That's a good message for the Democrats. It's one, some of them are out there talking about today. So politically, that might be a good thing. For the average American, it's going to be a horrible thing. So there's not a whole lot the Democrats can do unless they get super majorities in both houses, which anything's possible with as unpopular as the Republican Party is today. The Democratic Party, however, is not much more popular than that. So I don't know. There's a lot riding on next year's midterms. And even with that, even with the screw-ups of this administration, I don't think they're going to get a supermajority that would allow them to override a presidential veto. It'd be hilarious if they did, because then Trump is just the lamest of lame ducks and he can't do anything. I just don't have high hopes that they're going to get those levels of numbers after next year's midterms. Thanks for watching today, everybody. And don't forget, if you're not already, please do subscribe to this channel. We have fresh content going up every single day, and I would really hate for you to miss out on that. And speaking of missing out, if you're not following me across all other social media outlets, then get on it. You can follow the links in the description of this video.